So the Futures programme is a really pivotal programme in our pathway. It currently is that first initial step into the performance pathway. We are looking to work with our PDCs. That will be one form of feeding into this programme, along with looking at the best under-13s in the country. The coaches also have wildcards where they can look to invite further players into the environment. It is a really important programme because we are working with the youngest talent in the country, and we want to be seeing them around 40 days a season, supporting them at potential events, and also just giving them the space to grow and develop as players as they continue their journey. We have some great coaches on board: Natalie Green, Gordon Fern, and also Carlo Agnello, who currently leads our GBTS camps. He is actually going to be providing some support on the camps to kind of bridge that transition to the GBTS as well.
Guys, it's down to you to be good players. We can all help you, but it's down to you guys. So when you're saying, Gordon, what should I do now? I want you to take a bit of ownership and think, how can I make that better? How can I make that better? Can my touch be better? Can my forehand be better? Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of looking at the fundamentals around our balance, coordination and agility, but also the basics of table tennis. So like the warm-up drill now is touch, which is very important in table tennis, and then move into diagonals and lines. So they've got to do that at a bit of a consistency as well. It's quite interesting because when people say fun, they think it's a messing around, but we learn from play, we learn from fun. They've got to be engaged, they've got to be wanting to do this. So some of the games that you've seen are important as well, so there's always a why. There's always a why we're doing it, but the fun is the key element. I want people coming back to a session, I want them enjoying it, but they learn a lot from fun as well. They're creative, and they sometimes don't actually realise they're actually doing something important, they're just having fun, and I think that's key for me.
Yeah, so this is the first camp that's been held this year, so we've increased the number of players that are eligible to come into the squad, which is fantastic. So I think this week we've got around 22 players all coming together here in Sheffield, staying on site. We've got them for 5 days, so it's going to give us a real opportunity to see what they can do, get to know them a little bit more, and work on all the fundamentals that they need to become good table tennis players. Between the hours of the camp, we're going to be looking at lots of different skills that the athletes display, both on and off the table. So technical, physical, mental skills. When as the week goes on, probably going to, be a little bit more tired. So that resilience and how they cope, dealing with training, up to 6 hours a day. For new players, obviously we're looking at competition results that are happening all around the country on the weekends, and we've also got some wildcard places that we will be inviting other players to over the coming camps to see how they sort of react in this environment, to see whether they are able to make the squads as well.
Obviously working on the strengths hopefully builds in confidence, but it's quite important for them to know what they're good at. Obviously they need to work on areas of improvement as well, and sometimes that's a little bit harder, but I think mainly for me working on the strengths is that confidence, build the confidence, but also I think they need to take a lot of ownership and just have a bit of responsibility in sort of knowing what they're good at and what they need to improve. But a strength gives a bit of confidence. But a lot of them, when I ask the question, it's like they're not quite sure what the strength is, and then just I'll be able to ask questions around that area, really around the strengths. What they're learning off each other as well from as us, really, and I think that's the key. So like when I say what's your strengths, they're actually talking to each other and actually working it out, and then I can go around and sort of see if they've got the idea of what we're trying to look at. But obviously the quality of practice they're getting from different people all over the country is brilliant.
Stay down, imagine there's a ceiling above your head, so every time you pop up you'll hit your head. Stay on one level when you're moving, okay?
Sometimes when it's just a day or 2 day camp, it can go quite quickly and you feel that you haven't necessarily got enough time with them to really make a difference. So I think over the course of these 5 days, it'll give us a real opportunity as coaches to have a good input into their games.
What I've noticed, there's a lot of balls all over the floor. I think it's our responsibility and our ownership to pick the balls up, to make sure everywhere's tidy, to make sure we've got everything, leave this room spick and span. And then when we've done that, we'll be going across for, is it dinner? Yeah. We're going across for dinner, I think, so you're all yeah? Well done, guys. Well done, that's good.